For real, I'm back now. Alright. And we're back, y'all. Sorry about that. Went, ate some lunch. Then a nap sounded good. So I did that. And now let's get back to it. You will accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet with your leaders and present Lord Quintus' demands. Before we depart, however, there is something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionnaires Marcellus and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the ill for further details in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. What you planning, Julius? You again. Ask the ill, he said. So, that's to be the way of it after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it. For the glory of Garlemald. I want to be careful saying that. That sparked some bad instincts. What do you want with me? Ask the ill? So Lord Quistis has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage as a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. Flying on up. Oh, not really flying, more hovering lightly. Have you done as instructed? Duty is rarely a simple thing. We must have been given additional orders, though whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now, like it or not. We have to cooperate. There is one other matter, a place I like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. I wish I knew how to say that word. Alec Laticisti? I probably just sounded like a great old one by trying to pronounce that. Julius lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave a, and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. This was his home. That's my guess anyway. This was his home.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to.
Damn, bud.
I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But he wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varus at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. but not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
You are, Alfie.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
That was so wholesome.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alfena. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
I forget how powerful he is.
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Damn. We will make no attempt to resist. Much and more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risked the welfare of the people they are sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we would only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Julius back to the station, and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphanode, Alice, and the scouts sent to extract them should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lead their support should it be needed. Understood. Go ahead and pick up this Aetheryte quest. Hi, just who I was looking for. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Roman of Ishtar. I've been put in charge of our arrangement with Trapper's Den, you see. However, the very first of the trappers to come Variance Realm has asked quite a lot of us, if I do say so. They wish for our help in getting Journal Platform G up and running. The very same platform that at the head of the Imperial's primary energy pipeline. What's more, Heligali, I was convinced the only engineers left in the Trapper's Den were from the conquered territories. In any case, I'm not qualified to judge the motives of the man. I'd feel much more at ease if I had someone of your expertise helping to make the call. I thank you for your willingness to assist. Let's go and speak with the trapper in question. He's a man by the name of Alphys. I suppose you must be the friend Rimlin wanted to fetch. You have my thanks for getting him to agree to my proposal. Do not misunderstand. I have yet to agree to any such thing. I merely wanted someone else present during our talk. Very well, though I do believe my proffer deal would be a boon to us and Ilsberg contingent alike. I used to work on Journal Platform G, you see, so I know more than most about the facility and its operation. That may be so, but our relationship to the facility notwithstanding, why should a Garland such as yourself still be taking refuge in Trapper's Den? We've been led to believe that the former workers residing there were from other territories. You're right on the technicality. I am a supervisor, rather than your typical staff. When the platform went down, it only seemed right that I stay with my crew. I always thought we were close, but living alongside in Trapper's Den has made me realize that I took them and their skills for granted, and that's to say nothing of the blind eye turned to their struggles. That's why I came to you. It's high time I be of some real use to them, and everyone else, if we're lucky. We managed to get the platform back in working order. It'll dramatically increase our capacity to pump and refine ceruleum for everyone in the region. Sadly, we're more than a few hands short of a full workforce, not to mention the lack of supplies. Which is precisely where you come. Help us get things up and running again, and you'll have your share of the ceruleum coming out of the rig. You couldn't come up with a more mutual beneficial arrangement if you tried. So he says, what do you think? I'm a little uneasy about this. Yes, I've been leaning the same way myself. Ultimately, what he says about the potential benefit is true. Nevertheless, I doubt the higher-ups would abstain to this. I suppose that is how it goes when dealing with military types. For what it's worth, I do understand the hesitancy to throw your lot in with someone from a hostile nation. Thus, part 2 of my proposal. I shall do my service to prove myself worthy of the contingent's trust. I had a look around the fringes of your camp here before you arrived, and I've spotted a few ceruleum engines in need of repair. If I fix them up, your superiors would have no reason to suspect that I want to see them driven out. Less reason, in any case. Assisting us with use of local technology would go a long way. I'd imagine. That said, I've not heard anything about the ceruleum engines we've scavenged breaking down. It's not as if they're entirely useless yet, but I guarantee they're not running as they should. Give me the opportunity, and I can have them working more efficiently and safely. You are welcome to accompany me while I do so. That way you can assure that I don't get up to anything suspect, and then vouch for me with your superiors. I have no objections. I trust you will sense anything amiss. Let us begin with a proper inspection. We can get to work as soon as you're ready, Vamron. Though the ultimate objective is to get the engines running at full capacity, the purpose of this inspection is to work out what parts we'll need. However, I would hate to fumble something and be accused of sabotage, so I'd appreciate if you could be the one to lay hands on the device. Never fear, I'll be right behind you, telling you what to look for. If we inspect, say, 3 of them, we should have a decent idea of what needs repair. Lead the way. Alright, let's walk around with this little sus boy. Second one. Praise be to your deft hands. I have an idea of what our next step ought to be, though perhaps it would be best to apprise Rimland of our progress first. How are our engines? Alas, I fear that each of the ones we examine are guaranteed to break down sooner or later, should you continue using them in their current state. Sure, jest. I swear on my integrity as an engineer. You are in dire need of instructions in the proper operation of ceruleum engines. You saw the little lamp light up when you touched the switch, correct? That only illuminates when there's an issue with the engine. They were switched off for want of fuel when the settlement was abandoned, no doubt, which prevented them burning out, only to let them freeze solid instead. You lot turned them on. From the state they're in, I can only assume that it didn't occur you to warm them up first. I notice you have heating technology of your own, but will do you no good should the engine to power them break, now will it? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from my assistance. I am a machinist from frozen climes myself, and what you say sounds plausible enough. Very well. On behalf of the camp, I formally ask you to repair the ceruleum engines. I suppose that means I will be taking responsibility if anything goes wrong, so you may as well use your own 2 hands this time. That's the spirit. I knew you'd come around. Alright. Back to the story. Excuse me. Very gassy all of a sudden. Good thing I'm riding my fire pony. Keeping warms. Man, this is a long run. Ugh. Maybe I can attune to that aether right now. That'd be lovely. Ah, soon I'll be doing that. This must be a good place to do crafting. Or gathering, rather. I noticed a lot of gatherers here. It is a comfort to see thee none the worse for thy recent ordeal. Oh, I did not expect you to arrive so soon. There's been a development. Perhaps you had best see for yourself. What are you doing back here? Where are Julius and the others? Alright, bub. Vamron and Julius. We arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. Then, when he was alone, he... No, he wouldn't. Thancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of the refugees here to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us just want to live. Songs and standards be damned. We just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see they reach our camp safely. Aye. Okay, I'm now attuned to this. Yeah. It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it, rebuild it all ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. Well, got the Aetheryte sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments, and now it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in Latron is also functioning as normal. That where you lot are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us are packed up and leaving this place, I reckon there'll be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. Ah, it's you, the one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you are not from around here. I thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much difference now. Pure blood. Migrants, savages. After a while, the words start to lose meaning. Until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate, and I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'd be glad to accept. To employ healing magic now would likely invite catastrophe, as thou canst attest from thine experience at Victor's spoils. Indeed, the Guardians view our ability to manipulate ether with the same suspicion that many Aeorians do magitech. Best to not dwell on it, not when there's work to be done. Why? We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass, what we hope to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Thank the 12. Thank the 12. You and I should go first and secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures and tempered sulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conquerors and courtesy of our Lomensian friends, I'd save it for the tempered though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on your map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. I know that was a thing, but once again, I can always come back and do it. I need to make story progress. the moors and the hills and the snow. I feel like this dude wasn't actually a threat. Sorry, it kind of glitched on me, so I was like, wait, what? Still not low enough? Oh. Well, that's good. I'm glad they actually, like, up attacking now. Yeah, sorry, just that thunder was actually very convincing, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on? Yeah, I liked how it was like, there's no threat. There's like 4 freaking things right there. Like demon monsters right there. It's like, yeah, no threat. It's all good. Man, I am gassy. Jesus. Ah, there you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. You're also killing yourself. I want you to know that. You're involved. So anyways, Thanker, as you were saying, the timber proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control until our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather a few supplies and then return to the station. While I see to that, would you mind appraising Lucia of our progress? As it happened, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting foray, but I'll save that for later. First things first, and all that. Ah, Vamron. I was informed of Quist's suicide. It must have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear your first-hand account. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participated in the ambush are no exception. They will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees. Preferably notwithstanding, after all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under the direct orders of their legatus, and that following his suicide, they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quistis thought that he had lived, and he would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability, or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Who can I say? Who can say? I didn't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess. Killing me. I assume you're curious about how matters have progressed here in your absence. Quite well, as it happens. Now that we procured cerulean from Trapper's Den, the recently repaired heaters can provide much needed warmth. Furthermore, we prepare sufficient food for everyone. Those from Tritium shall find a hot meal waiting upon their arrival. There's one for you, so go ahead and get some well-earned ones. I believe that we're capable of wielding a ladle or two without your assistance. On your way, might I ask you to seek out your Stola? She was but recently attending to the wounded, but she meant to be taking a rest herself. See that she has, or is. Yes, I've been taking proper breaks and imbibing sufficient water. But what of the Warrior of Light? You and the twins have an established history of reckless disregard for your own well-being. We're all fortunate that none of you landed yourselves in my care. I've already quite enough to deal with, between the tempered and the first wounded. Alas, though I can mend their bodies, the toll their experience have taken on their hearts and minds is another matter altogether. For their sake, we mustn't waver, but nor must we rush ahead in eagerness to see the day won, and in so doing, invite disaster. Upon settling down for several cutscenes will play in sequence. They regularly you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. As soon as they get some water. Okay. Stay hydrated, everybody.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Minson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did! We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge rat.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible. Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent, we owe it all to you. We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter. I'm honored to fight by your side. As an Eorzean and Garlean both, I shall do all in my power to bring my peoples together.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
On behalf of the Galleon, I thank you for inviting me today.
Oh no.
What? Emperor Varys?
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
me, brave hero! Ahem. My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
Now, it is time for you to awaken.
I'm finally going on that date.
Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold. Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh. So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing.
What did you do?
We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Owlus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo. His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject. And permit you to go on a righteous rampage instead of partaking in this delicious meal? I think not. I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes. Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate. Ah, exposition is in order. The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then? Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course. As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Osgalvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation. Their earnest pleas, one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself. And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima. It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An ingenious design. Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery. Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us, of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone. At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost his appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself. Or together.
Am I about to fight myself?
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak. We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity.
What is going on now?
Ah, there it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making his way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy. Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue. Tempered soldiers, with standing orders to kill those not sworn to anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor. Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows, scurrying about like a rodent.
I'm so sorry if this is not the most entertaining thing, but I'm very focused on keep looking at that time and I'm kind of panicking a little. Let's get back on track. Oh, this is painful. Lose? No! I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong damn button. Oh, fuck. Alright. Shit. Fuck. Yeah. I mean, this is super pretty, but let's get back to the normal. Not a coward. Now that I know kind of what's going on, don't panic this time.
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows, scurrying about like a rodent.
Come on, Imperial Soldier. I need you to, like, move or something. Okay, found that. Not the key. Not going that way. Where I need to go. That's the worst part. Turn or something. Shit. Thank you. Alright, let's get back. Would not mind another map, just to be on the safe side. I think those are good. Oh my god, I got lucky there. Okay. doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Fueling. Mounting. Going better. Going better. Start past those two. Yeah. Yeah, but I am. This is rough, by the way. This is... So in all fairness, since we just got back, this is the second time I'm doing this. Because, I died. Or, I didn't die. I was hitting my button to stay conscious, and I accidentally hit a key, which caused my chat to come up, which then made me fail that. Because I panicked. To be 100% honest with you, I panicked. Oh god, that sucks so much. Just down for the count. Ready this time. To pull out that Dynasty Warriors finger. Oh god, this is sad. Fuck. Jesus.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna, and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Eulus? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
Of all the bloody times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck, we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw him leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
While I know full well he can handle himself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
No, this is bad. No.
Well, time to call off the search.
Don't you dare.
Case
Don't you dare run
closed.
to me.
That's him. Over there.
Sola, come on. Come on, baby girl.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive his presence.
Because you know it's not me. You know it's not me.
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But...
Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now. All's well that ends well. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Thank you, Graha. Jesus Christ.
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I have yet to pay my respects. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective, though. Charitable souls that you are. You bent over backwards to aid them, heedless of the delay, predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether. and then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken, and all shall bear witness to the final days.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Thank goodness. He's awake.
I've never been so fucking stressed out at a cutscene. Jesus.
Perfectly fine, yes. I hope the same can be said of you.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly. A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly. Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babel.
Oh. No apologies necessary, least of all to me. If anything, there's a strange comfort in knowing I am no longer the only one to have been used as a villain's puppet, though I pray you'll be the last. Yes, 'tis still you. My apologies. I realized too late that the aether emanating from the tower was disorienting my perception. It was likely a temporary effect, but I remain wary. Full glad I am to see thee awake and restored to thy own flesh once more. Whatever that was, let's not do it again, eh? Thank heavens you're you again. Gave me quite a fright. The body that you were forced to inhabit turned cold and stiff the moment you were returned to your own. Perhaps the soul it belonged to is long gone. Let us pray it is so, for I doubt it would be better off in the care of Xenos or Fandaniel. I will require a detailed report on what occurred whilst you were not yourself. For the conjugate, of course. Are you certain that you've recovered? You mustn't push yourself, especially after an experience like that. You're well. Nothing out of place, no missing bits. Good. Though I won't promise the same for Fandaniel and Xenos after I'm through with them. How much must these people suffer before they're satisfied? How many cruel, pointless tricks must they play? Prelude to the final days or no, this ends now. Are you well enough to make your report? Yes. Are still thumping, Jesus. This anima was summoned with the corpse of Emperor Varus. Oh. Turn that off now. It seems not. More to the point, we can surmise that wave of ether issued not from the Tower of Babel, but from the primal lurking within it. A primal whose cry rang rather more loudly in your ears than ours. If you were taken to the tower itself, then this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the beating heart of the Telefri's manifestations. In which case, we have some highly relevant information. As many of you know, ever since we dispatched troops to free the Leviers, we've been developing a plan to infiltrate the tower. According to Thancred and the scouts, the main structure is loosely with tempered and enemy magitech. Furthermore, the road leading to it has collapsed, making it difficult to approach in numbers. Thus do we propose dividing our forces into two parties, one to distract and one to infiltrate. The diversionary force will be comprised of Ishgardians, Gradians, and Lemensian delegations. They will begin the construction of bridges to make the Telefri believe we are marching upon the tower. Meanwhile, the best suited of our Alamegans, Uldanian, and Eastern comrades will use a different method of ingress. Look here. The facility marked in red is the Exedium, a vast magitech manufactory in ruins now, of course. But the freight tunnel connecting it to the erstwhile Imperial Palace remains intact. While the Telefri's attention is elsewhere, our infiltration force can use it to enter the tower undetected. Be wary, however, that the underground rail network remains very much operational. The Tempered are using it to bring supplies to the tower even now. If it can carry their materials, it can carry us too, provided we sneak aboard unseen. The Scions will lead the infiltration party. Once inside, you must locate and dispatch Fandaniel and Xenos. There will be no more casualties of the Telefri maniacal ambition. How quickly can we enact this plan? Fandaniel made it quite clear that haste is a priority. A paramount concern, even assuming he didn't name the tower Babi, or Wilm. In Amon times, it meant gateway to the gods. Zidane used it to refer to a void gate, but in this case, it almost certainly alludes to something altogether greater. The oldest and most powerful of finals. All the more reason to act now. The rest of the contingent is aware of the plan and are ready to move at a moment's notice. You are to proceed north to form patterns. Lisa's group will meet you there. As ever, we are grateful for your foresight. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Spare no effort in your preparations. Oh yeah, someone's about to get it. I haven't felt that effing weak since I was a level 1 anything. Well, Vish, I guess I'm about to be entering a dungeon soon. Not sure if you're through Ravage 2002 yet, but oh. 3% base. I am to accompany you into the tower. It is an honor as ever. Damn these frigid lands. The sun does not sneak. However, he will travel this path of yours, and those who walk with him will bask in his radiance. Vamron, the way into the tunnel is clear. We made sure of it. Please, you're... Oh, the shoe will be on the other foot once we're in. Believe you me, a good fight should warm us right up. Barely enough cloth to swaddle a newborn. Clearly, you have spent too long around this feral dog of a Dothra. Watch your tongue, fool. At least I feed it to the crows. We will see who is the fool when you freeze to death. Expect me not to warm your ill-prepared hide. These furs are for myself and my Nanamo alone. Should I be blessed to meet her this day. As if any woman of worth would wish to be warmed by you, little son. She will find such a warrior within. She will bask in my glorious flame. Y'all should just bang already. Stop, both of you. Save your fire for the enemy. As for extra furs, I have plenty to spare. You see, she's one. That's... As do we. Hello, everyone. All set for battle, I see. Yes, free of unnecessary encumbrance. I rather more succinctly to the cold. Let us review our strategy quickly, if you don't mind. Pippin's group has gone ahead to the Ecclesiam. We are to meet him there. We wait until the tempered attention is drawn by our diversionary force. Then we sneak onto the train. Next stop, the Tower of Babel. If any, tempered included, are injured, Weasel will tend to them. You Scions must press on, no matter what. We should avoid moving as a group until we're underground, but we'll need to make your own way to the Ecclesiam. See you there. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Ready. Sorry about that. Had a sneeze. Hail. It is good to see you, Vamron. We heard that you collapsed, but were given only the most curious explanation. I'm glad you recovered, and quickly enough to take part in the operation at that. As you all have heard, we've secured the way in. Some few are to remain behind to keep your escape route clear. Our comrade from Linnet's tier will lead the way into the station. I'll join you soon. This is everyone. Guessing it started. Consider the enemy well and truly distracted. Time to go. Our primary objective is, of course, the Telefari leaders. But should we be presented with an opportunity to vanquish Anima, we must seize it. If it is indeed the force behind these towers, destroying it will deliver our allies from the Telefari's reign of terror. And I, for one, will not see the Garland people manipulated any longer, be it by Primal, Ascian, or anything else. Hear, hear. There's been enough of that. We came to help the people of Garlemald, and that's what we're going to do, together. Till the very end. The train should be along any moment now. Prepare to board, everyone. All right. The train we're boarding is meant to carry supplies and armaments and the like. With any luck, we can slip past the tempered as they go about loading the freight. Strange, though this will be a more fearsome fight than any Nadine, I feel at peace. Maybe it is because I have Sadu, Magni, and you at my side. Maybe it's because we fight for all of Zeal, and more people besides. There's one path, that which leads to victory. It is likely that Anima, at least, will notice when we enter the tower. There's no point in trying to stay hidden after that. So, when the time comes, I say don't overthink, and cut a path straight through. Your comrades tell me that the Palafri abducted you on the self-same eve they so rudely interrupted our meeting. A brazen feat that would make a Bodega proud. But even had it not ended poorly, it was a disappointment in many respects. I have decided that when we return triumphant, the Honor will hold a far grander feast on the Azim steps. You have permission to attend. Aye, kill no man. I have not forgotten your instructions. I must settle for crushing the Iron Man's toys. The blue blood will feed my flames. Alright, well, I guess while I'm waiting on Q, Vish, how's your Q looking? To another tower. What you doing, big cat?
Now or never.
Be awesome. Yeah, they actually gave me this coat, literally for glamour purposes. Oh, hello. Okay. Because I forgot how Madness works. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot how Madness. I'm gonna get rid of this. I mean, it's pretty banging so far. Oh, I was like, I need this shit, guys. Man, it's cool y'all going, but I need the gear. So I'm really trying to save all my treasure coffers for another character. Man, it sure would be cool if I got something. Okay, I see the pattern now. That's good. Hey, Anima. Once I get 3 of them, I can do Verholy or Verflare and then Scorch. They just persist now instead of fading off. Yeah. And I pretty much get each diamond anytime I do any of my enhanced melees, whether they're AoE or single target. Essentially, yeah. Dear God, it's been so long since I've done an LV. Don't even have it on my hotbar. Oh. Well, I was wrong with this. I really thought this was going to be a trial. I'm not going to lie. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, fair. Oh, that's still going. Punch me! Nice. I don't know where to go. shit, our healer dropped. Come on, healer, I need you. Live, healer. Live. Jeez, that was awesome. Ah, that was a good fight. But what, well, you don't remember Anima doing those moves? You don't remember Boundless Pain, where just skadooches all over everything you can see? Did I get anything for that? Yeah, I got some gloves. Yeah, that's all I got out of that dungeon. Got some gloves. Oh. Someone's going to be running in that dungeon a few times.
Farewell, Varus. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Come. The other two await.
This madness ends here!
Oh, hush. This is the best part.
Bitch, don't you tell Alice to hush.
mighty Zodiac! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense?
Wow.
Cryo? But how?
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Hydaelyn, feeble relic of a forgotten age. Hark! Victory is mine! No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
What was that?
The final order issued by Anima to the Tempered Thrones. Should the Empire fall, the world must share her fate. Of course, Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman! You monster!
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and they're powerless to prevent it. We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiac remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him. Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiac must not be set free.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Fandaniel said.
You're going alone. You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours. Our friends in the Templed need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
So, the one issue when you're playing there, Wolf, is one, the barrier pretty much surrounded the entire platform. So, that is one issue. And I don't really think Xenos cares if he hits Fandaniel. He'd probably go hit him, cut him in half, and then continue to click-clack. All of the Tempered are affected. Julius and his comrade lightly put up quite the struggle. We'll find a way to save them. We must. I only pray we are not too late. In the meantime, may the 12 carry you to victory. You didn't see the massive purple barrier when Estinian dived? I have faith in you, now and always. Stand there for just a moment, please. A prayer of good luck. Now you can't possibly fail. We've no time for worrying over what's done. Let's go. We're moving out to rendezvous with the remainder of the contingent. Leave everything here to us. I'm the last person who should be scolding others for using dangerous teleportation magic. But if that is indeed how Kral reached us in time, I wish Heidelin had taken a little more care. Regardless, it says nothing Urianji and I cannot put right. Fear not for Kral. Go forth and return, I pray you. Pray. My apologies. I was lost in thought. This device is of elegant design, which leads me to think I was right about Van Damme. No matter what he claims, he still has an attachment to the trappings of his past. Whether knowing this will make your path forward clearer, I cannot say, but bear it in mind. But let us turn to the task at hand. As Highland said, flow of ether will transport you to that place. We must hope this allies of hers can provide you with the necessary assistance to restore the seal before Xenos and Van Daniel arrive in stone. It seems we are ever one step behind, but I have faith that you'll make up the difference. Know that whatever awaits, our prayers are here with you. Now go, beyond the sky. Asinium did go, well, F you, jumped up, dove, and a big-ass barrier just surrounded the literal entire platform.
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal. The eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
Must return. Why? 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 Home. I want. I need. You mustn't touch. Cerulean halls find me. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little emotionally overwhelmed by this place. No steps echo through this looming spire save your own, but you nevertheless sense a presence above. playing the Amarant theme. Apologies. I have been preoccupied for quite some time and am out of practice at conversation. Ever since the moon was created by Heidelin, oh shit, no. I am responsible for the prisoner and the device that hold him fast. Zodiac himself, a projection of the moon's core. The rent asunder by Hyden, he grows more powerful with every legion. 7 there have been, 17 Yet, for all his service machinations, he remains in command. The fallen are beyond salvation. Wotan would be made to freeze everyone, not until he is called once more. But someone has taken action. The shackles that hold him nearly shattered. Six locked into his gallery, great and grand. Gargantuan swords driven to reins that bind Zodiac forevermore. 5 were destroyed by this would-be liberator. One of these I have restored. I strive to mend the ruin before, but my efforts have been unheeded. Souls sacrificed to summon Zodiac, the manifestation consequence of the waning sea. They labor in opposition to my work. They must be expelled for this preservation of all. Of that I have no doubt. You are her children. I am the watcher and the God. I am not the judge. Know this, Heidelin commands the forces of stasis, and the moon is the product of such power. So long as Zodiac remains imprisoned in this place, no more sacrifices will be made in his name, nor will those souls rendered up unto his name fade into oblivion. Go, meet with these wandering spirits. Do what you think is right. made it to the moon. All right. I think that's going to be it for me for MSQ today. No, I'm going to be going out to dinner tonight. I'll probably be on, but not doing MSQ. So, plan on playing tomorrow. Not sure if that's actually going to happen or not, but that is the plan. So, we'll leave y'all with this beautiful music, and I will see y'all next time.